9 hours ago. All right.
Welcome back to a series so sparky. Even look.
Let's see what this nigga More Pegasus is talking about. I'm not gonna lie, this nigga More Pegasus be pissing me off sometimes. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think some of his takes be kind of stupid. But I do also be agreeing with some of the stuff that he be saying, so let's see.
Subscribed. In today's video, Hassan's chatters are explaining to him that he's a very unlikable person. He is not happy. Hassan is now claiming that his fans are not actually harassing Jellywig's girlfriend, Cutie. People have proven he is lying once again, and it's definitely unhinged Hassan fans. The drama has escalated further, and Cutie is being harassed again by Hassan fans for being friends with the FaZe guys or anyone else who makes edgy jokes. She has responded. Ethan is calling out the man without a spine, Jellywig. XUC has also responded, cooking Ludwig for trying to expose him. Streamer Emiru has revealed that Twitch prevented disclosing the name of her assaulter in order to protect themselves. She has also accused streamer Mizkif of very bad things and a bunch of more.
Yeah, we just talked about this.
You gotta feed Froggen. You're cooked.
See, okay, my problem with More Pegasus be sometimes he be posting like basically the same video. Like that's my problem. Like how do I put this? Like he'll post a video one day. And it'll be, let's say the video, okay, let's say we're posting a video about, you know what, no, I'm just going to use this as an example. I've been watching these videos of these Hassan videos. I've been watching them. But some of the videos, I feel like I just watched the same video twice. It just had like an extra minute of new information. You know what I mean? Like some of these videos just feel like you're telling me the same exact stuff you told me in the last video, except this time you have like 30 seconds of dialogue of new stuff that you want to talk about. Or like, okay, it's not 30 seconds exactly, but it'll be like 2 minutes of information that you're telling me that you already told me in the last video. You know what that you didn't tell me in the last video. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, my brother, wait until something actual more information comes out so you can actually elaborate and say new different stuff. Because my brother, because I'm not gonna lie, fuck, I'm retarded. I forgot what I was gonna say. What was I talking about? Oh, more videos, more. This basically same video. I'm so retarded. Like I'd watch a video and he'd be like, "There's proof that he was lying about the dog collar," and then I'll watch the next video and he'll be like, "There's proof." There's more proof that he was lying about the dog collar. But then it'll be the same thing that he said in the last video. You know what I mean? I'm like, my brother, you already told me this. Why are you saying there's more proof when you're just telling me the same thing? Like, I don't know, but maybe you niggas are fucking brain dead. He'll tell me the same thing he told me in the last video. It's like, my brother.
Now let's begin. So Hassan apparently zapped his dog and we had a ton of stuff go down. Now after all that, he said he wanted to quit streaming because of the backlash.
I want to shut everything off. I just want to go away.
So that brings us to today.
Okay.
Hassan's
See, like he's already
said.
Okay, this is a recap. This is a recap.
That he's not a likable person.
All leftists are like that. I think it's just you, dog. You're just an asshole. No offense, but as someone who agrees with 98% of your politics, it's crazy how unlikable you are. I don't even know why. Okay, who do you perceive as a more likable figure? Like this is what I mean. This is what I'm talking about. I like that the three people that you mentioned as a much more likable figure are the three people that I have direct communication with, like are the closest, with the exception of, I mean, I guess like Rasheem Tlaib or Ilhan Omar. They like me quite a bit, as a matter of fact. Maybe they see something you don't. I don't know. Also, those are politicians. They have to be, probably because they don't watch your stream. Oh, okay. Who do you think is at fault here? Guy who agrees with overwhelming majority of my opinions, but simply can't seem to place your finger on why you just have distaste for me, and you can't let go of that optical resentment? Or guy who's trying to navigate way you talk, I think, or guy who's just trying to navigate through the treacherous nature of reactionary politics that are so pervasive online? It's because I give off a frat dude vibe. All right, man.
Dude, I love how the instant Hassan responds is desperately trying to find anything that this guy said that actually makes him look crazy, right? This is just a classic Hamas Piker playbook. Let me quickly find something he said. Oh, maybe he's mentioned Asmongold in a chat before. Maybe he said the word Ethan, right? And that would automatically discredit him. It just can't be a regular chatter of Hassan. It cannot be a fan of him because he thinks that he's just beloved by his fan base, despite the fact that now we've had multiple instances of his own fan base turning on him. We had the 40-month subscriber, someone who's been paying you money for 3 years straight, calling you out, and you just cannot seem to grasp the message. Also, is it just me, or did he start tweaking there? What the hell was he doing with his mouth there? I don't know if he was like trying to bite his nails or something, trying to do his best XQC impression there, but copying him is not going to give you his 2 million IQ. Also, I just want to point out the obvious. Notice how the dog is missing in a lot of these new clips. I don't know, guys. Seems like the place command is not working without the Zapatron 9000. This absolute piece of shit. Free Kaya from the fridge to the TV. Kaya will be free. I really dislike a streamer of his size pulling up a random chatter on his screen for this long. It's not so bad when you're a smaller streamer, parasocial community building. How many thousands of people are watching you berate this chatter, teaching the chat it's okay to dogpile? I mean, this is just a classic. Hassan will be like, oh yeah, I'm only
like, this is new information.
The people in power, the politicians who deserve it. But he's routinely, like, probably like 50% of the clips are Hassan shitting on his own chat, singling them out, whether he be pulling out a gun on them, trying to dox them, or basically just sick his entire fan base on them, right? To silence any form of dissent. No self-reflection, just small grunts and chuckles under his breath as he pulls up the chatter's logs to try to find something to attack them with, only to realize he's an actual fan giving criticism, which isn't allowed. Probably banned him after the stream. I don't know if he banned him because he kind of needs to hold on to all his supporters. The views are dwindling, and we all know what happens when Hassan's views go down. He starts going to his Discord, telling them how he's gonna neck himself, trying to guilt trip them into subscribing and shit. Right, now remember how Ludwig and QT were getting non-stop harassment from deranged Hassan fans? Now Ludwig was getting harassment because he said it was 100% a shot caller, and then he walked it back, you know, like good old Jellywig, dared to grow spine and then immediately lost it. And QT got harassment for daring to mention Asmongold's streamer show, and she said that, you know, it could possibly be a good thing. Well, Hassan has responded claiming that it's not his fans that are doing the harassment, guys. My fans would never harass anybody, actually, and will prove he's a fucking liar again because we have the evidence. Hassan says it's not his fans going after QT, it's another section of the left. Of course, it cannot be him, guys.
A competing award show or something, and everyone got mad at her, and they were like, why are you highlighting these right-wing figures? It's true, Aiden Ross and Asmongold are right-wing
Sorry, I don't have any input. This is actually new information.
figures. They are. This is not any sort of serious, sincere advocacy. And I'm not even taking ownership over the people that were doing that, because like I literally looked to see if these were like genuine fans of mine or something, because guess what? They weren't. But also guess what? Every other community that saw people yelling, at Cutie Cinderella, do you know what they think? They think it was my audience that did that, because anyone who feels slighted by a hall monitor on the internet.
Hold up, I need a snack. Hold up. There's gonna be so many fucking cuts I'm gonna have to do in this. But I need a snack, bro.
Yelling at me, saying I'm anti-black, saying this, saying that. They don't see that shit. Or when they do, they go, oh, here it is. These fucking woke libtards are eating each other alive once again. For the average person, they don't have the political education to sift through the different sects of the left.
Right, of course. So people are just too stupid to understand anything, obviously, without the Hassan Piker filter, right? They don't have the political education of Hassan here, right? And they can't understand that it's not his fans actually harassing her. Now, yes, they might have Hassan profile pictures, Hassan stand names commenting under Hassan's Twitter community, but it's not my fans, guys. This guy
Real.
is such a pathological liar. It's
I'm
actually
joking.
insane. I'm honestly impressed every single time. Right, so Dan Saltman responded, every single person from the viral screenshot harassing Ludwig and QT is a member of Hassan Twitter or is self-admitted to being a Hassan fan. Even half of the examples were in Hassan Twitter Lamau. He just lies like he breathes. And here was the viral screenshot of Hassan fans just hounding Ludwig, right? And we got all these people and they all seem to be Hassan fans in some way or the other. You got the Hassan Twitter community right there. And then they mention him in their profiles or in other tweets saying they have merch, etc, etc. And keep in mind, this is a completely random screenshot. So you can just imagine the scale. We've took a random sample here and they all happen to be Hassan viewers. It's insane. Another person responds.
I don't know if it was random. Let's be real. That screenshot wasn't just random. Y'all looked for some goods. I'm not saying that there is not Hassan haters like on a hate spiel campaign. But don't say that that's just random when you know you picked one. You're telling me if there was a screenshot, there's two screenshots. There was that screenshot and a screenshot where there was only 2 comments from Hassan's fans. You were gonna show us the one with 2? Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
And why is anyone taking these fake woke hypocrites seriously? It's literally just Hassan fans using anything they can to get back at QT for what she said about the color. Go through and check.
I'm not saying that niggas aren't doing that. There's definitely a lot of niggas doing it. The nigga's a big streamer, so there's definitely gonna be people doing that. But to act like this was just a random thing that you just scrolled randomly and then just clicked the button like it was completely random. No, nigga, you scrolled, you looked for a good chunk with a good chunk, and then boom.
Profile that's attacking QT. Right, so this is another situation which we'll get to very soon. He can't make those jokes around me. You're not who you associate with, actually. And if you look up this person, I thought I left my Hassan merch at the yoga studio. My Hassan merch, guys. Hassan literally opened his home to you. This is Evan Gross. This is Shockade is Hassan's wildest cancellation. I can't believe this. It's not Hassan fans harassing our guys. Happy birthday, Hassan. Interesting, guys. These are not Hassan fans. I want you to...
See, I'm not saying it's not Hassan fans. I agree with you. Definitely Hassan fans doing that. I'm just saying that was not just a random picture you took and ran up. You looked for one that had the most. Let's be real. Admit that.
No, not Hassan fans. Tecton responded, yeah, Hassan, this definitely isn't your chat. Dear God,
And I'm not saying that was hard to find either. It's not like it was a hard to find one with a lot. But you definitely picked one with more than less.
Not lied one time. When have you ever said anything for Palestine? There's one guy who sits and commentates on the issue, and it's so obviously a smear campaign. Of course, everything is about Israel-Palestine. I wonder whose fans say that.
I mean, it's not about Israel-Palestine, but some of this does feel like a smear campaign. And I'm not even like a Hassan defender or whatever. But my thing is, actually, what did you just say?
For Palestine, there's one guy who sits and commentates on the issue, and it's so obviously a smear campaign. Of course, everything about Israel-Palestine. I wonder whose fans say that. You've been white.
I'm not saying that it's about Israel-Palestine, but there's definitely some of y'all that don't care about the dog and are using this as an excuse. Let's be real. Like, let's be real.
Watching H3 stuff. How long until he says it's Israel going after QT and they're framing his community? He doesn't do anything about it because Ludwig and QT stepped out of line. If he actually cared, he'd cross-platform ban these people from their communities, but he'll never do that. Oh, he's absolutely happy that his Rabbit community is now going after QT and Ludwig, right? Because they betrayed him, right? Even though Ludwig tried to walk it back, it's not enough for the Overlord Hassan. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, apparently Hassan fans are harassing her again over another drama. Basically, QT said that she's still going to be friends with people who make these edgy jokes, right? Homophobic or racist jokes or whatever. And Hassan fans are going nuts on her. QT is catching heat from the parts of Twitter post Ludwig Collargate response, calling out her association to FaZe and the response to criticism. QT, when your boyfriend Ludwig is a gay card and was at TwitchCon making fun of Q people, and when your new besties from FaZe that you're obsessed with are homophobic and transphobic on the daily, what do you expect us to think about when you're actively associating with them? And they've posted this clip. Also, keep in mind the profile, protect the dolls, like a trans flag, free Palestine, leftist fighting incels, transphobe, homophobes, racist, and the occasional Swiftie. Right.
It's not comfortable.
This is my perfect example. It's like, okay, I collab with Lacey. Lacey makes some homophobic jokes sometimes that I am not comfortable with the homophobic jokes Lacey has made. Lacey knows that he can't make those jokes around me.
Okay.
That does not mean that I am homophobic. Believe it or not, everybody.
Yes.
Real.
Like,
Yeah.
you are not who you associate with. Like, shut the fuck up.
That's to a degree. Like, if you're around somebody every day, all the time, constantly, you guys start to pick up each other's, I don't know, characteristical traits. So, in a way, that's true. But if you just hang out with a nigga here and there, you know what I mean? It's just like a casual friend. You guys hang out every once in a while. Like, yeah, you're not like them. And everybody doesn't share the same goals. But, like, I think some people also are taking what that means out of context. Like, oh, whoever you associate yourself with. I think some people, that they mean, like, it just means that if you're in the same room with someone and they happen to be homophobic, you're homophobic too. You might not even know they're homophobic, but now you're homophobic because you're in the room with them. You know what I mean? I think that's what some people think. Or if it's like a business transaction, you did business with someone who's homophobic, it's like, nigga, I need to make money. That doesn't make me homophobic. I'll still, you know what I mean? So it's like, some niggas be tripping, but that saying is true to a certain extent. Like, if you have a nigga that you've been around your whole life, and you see them every day all the time, you guys are probably going to have a lot of the same opinions. Because you guys are around each other all the time, every day. But if it's just a casual nigga that you be hanging out with here and there, that doesn't mean that, you know, that you have the same outlook on life as them just because y'all hanged out a couple times. But that saying is true to an extent. It's not just true for everything, you know what I mean?
You're like, you don't build bridges by burning them. That's not how it works. I'm not going to change, though. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person, I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No. Like... I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here.
Right, so it
She's actually making a good point. Like, if someone doesn't have the same ideals as you, just not associating with them doesn't help the problem either. That just furthers the divide.
depends on the specific joke or whatever the context is, right? If someone is like actively being a piece of shit, or you know, they're being like a PDF file, you know, going after minors, or if they're a terrorist supporter like Hassan, I don't think you should be friends with them or promote them or help them make money through your podcast. And you know, QT does that, so I don't like her for that. But I do sort of understand this, where if you have a friend that's making like a bunch of edgy jokes and they're not actually like racist or anything like that, they're just, you know, a little more edgy community or whatever, and they like that sort of
This
humor.
nigga. I hate this nigga. This nigga's a fucking loser.
I mean, I don't think you should care that much, but obviously in some instances you gotta navigate the nuance there. Like, if someone is making fun...
The nigga's got more money than I'll ever have in my life. But you're still a fucking loser. Like, who cares? Wow, you live in a mansion. You're a rich ass nigga. But like, who the fuck cares? Like, even with all that money, all that fame, nigga, you still are. Niggas can still see right through you, and they can see the bitch ass nigga that you are, because you are a fucking bitch. You are a loser and a bitch who just got lucky. You need to admit that shit.
of dead kids after a tragedy. Right after
Nigga got
tragedy,
slapped
saying
and
they
did nothing
deserve
about
to
it.
drown,
Fucking
some
bitch
shit
ass
like,
nigga.
Destiny or NMP, then I think you're a dickhead, because it's so specific and cruel and timed, right? To shit on the emotions of people through a tragedy, right? That is different than general random shit or making a random gay joke or whatever, right? And what do you know? Hassan's community is instantly canceling her for her associations with some of the FaZe guys who apparently make these jokes. You are the company you keep. In fact, I don't think QT is homophobic or racist, but to say I'm not who I associate myself with, well, not quite. It does influence who you are to some degree. It shows what you choose to tolerate and makes you more complicit than neutral by saying just don't do it around me. I kind of do agree with that, right? When you more complicit than neutral by saying just don't do it around me. I kind of do agree with that, right? When you know, hang around people like Hassan, for instance, right? I don't think that makes you completely innocent, because you're not just hanging around him, right? You're having a podcast with him. You're defending him out on these multiple occasions, going on other people's streams, defending him as well. I think that's just not okay, and actually shows you support a lot of things he stands for. This streamer says, is it really a bad thing for someone like QT to give people a chance to learn and improve?
But that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. That's literally not the same thing as what she said. Like, you're twisting it. You're fucking twisting it. It's not. She's saying if she's around a person, that doesn't mean that she just has that their view. Like, oh my god, I'm retarded and I can't articulate my thoughts, but you're twisting it, and you know you're fucking twisting it right now. That's not what she said.
This streamer says, is it really a bad thing for someone like QT to show
Like, hold up.
multiple occasions, going on other people's streams, defending him as well? I think that's just not okay, and actually shows you support a lot of things he stands for. This streamer says, is it really a
Like, that's different than occasionally hanging out with a nigga. That's a nigga she's around a lot. Like I just said, you're gonna have opinions with someone who you're around on a day-to-day or a lot. But someone you just hang out with casually, or you don't see them as much, that doesn't mean you have the same opinions as them. That's different. When she hangs out with the FaZe guys, it's not the same as her hanging out with fucking Hassan and whatever, because they have a podcast and boom, boom, boom. So I'm assuming that communication between them is more than with the FaZe niggas, for example. So it's not what she's saying. It's different. You're twisting it. That's the nigga she's around all the time. That stands true for that. Not when you're around another nigga. Not when it's niggas that you're not around all the time. You could be friends with niggas and not be around them as much and not share the same opinions as them. It's possible. It's like, the fuck?
bad thing for someone like QT to give people a chance to learn and improve. She actively condemns things people say, even when it's a joke made in bad taste and from an outsider POV. Evidently, she taught people a lot about how their worlds hold weight and can be more negatively perceived than they realize. There's so much more to her than the intentions. You are not who you associate with. And in my opinion, criticizing her for this heavily nuanced sentiment that was boiled down to one simple sentence discounts everything she's been working for, which has no doubt always been inclusivity and cohabitation. God, these people really think they're like the saviors of society or something. I'm going to heal racism. I'm going to solve racism one racist at a time. Like, you people exist for one sole reason, and is to maintain good PR and to try to convince the rest of the internet that you are the most moral and good person, and it never works. It never works. The people she supposedly taught to be better people did a fake coming out tweet on someone's account recently, and they all laughed about it. They've been this way for years. At a certain point, she and others are at best naively running cover for them as they cause harm. You are not who you associate with. Bees and their refusal to take accountability and who they're friends with needs to be studied. Buddy with shitty people who say shitty things makes you shitty, dumbass. I love how I sort of agree, but for completely different reasons. Like, I don't care about the dumbass edgy jokes. I care about the Hassan support, all right? I'm like, I'm very single-minded in that issue. He can't make those homophobic jokes.
See, like, does the nigga really care about the dog right now, or does the nigga really just care about packing Hassan up? Because right now, you haven't mentioned the dog at all. And I know we're not talking about the dog, but like, the dog was just an in, so now you can go on this to get this nigga out. And don't get me wrong, I hate all y'all big streamers. Fuck that nigga Hassan. That nigga's a bitch ass nigga. I'm not like a fucking Hassan Glazer. Like, that nigga's a bitch ass nigga. Fuck that nigga. Like, I hope they bang that nigga in GTA. Dead ass. Like, but let's be real here. You don't care about that dog. You don't. You don't give a fuck about the dog. And it's fine if you don't like Hassan. That's totally cool. Like, if you don't fuck with that nigga, that's cool. I don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga's retarded. But, like, I just don't know why we're caring. I don't know why we're pretending that we care about the dog when you don't. It's so clear that you don't.
Around me, you're not who you associate with. I've never heard something so privileged. Sorry, but actively associating with people who's homophobic, then telling people to call you out is crazy work. 6K likes and there's like 100 of these tweets. Moving on
The dog was just an in. I'm telling you.
to Jellywig. Right, quick recap. Last time, Ludwig turned on Hassan, saying it was 100% a shock collar.
I think he lied about having a shock collar. I think he 100% had a shock collar.
Then he apparently got the boss call, and he put the shock collar on, he got zapped, and then he changed his mind, right? Now he's saying that on his mother's life, it's a vibration collar.
I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure it's a vibrate collar. On my mother's life.
Rip Ludwig's mom, I guess. So Ethan responded,
Crazy.
reacting to the Ludwig Colorgate reversal. Ethan says, Hassan, I'm sending an ultra top secret photo to Ludwig to prove my innocence. I will not be sharing it with anyone else. Oh my god, that's actually so true. Because if Hassan actually had this top secret photo that just proved his innocence and exonerated him completely, he would instantly show it to the internet. Why would he only show it to Ludwig and show him the close-up photos and be like, oh yeah, I totally convinced my pal Ludwig right here. Now, Ludwig did say it wasn't Hassan that sent him those photos, but it's probably some Hassan associate or whatever. And Hassan probably sent them those photos, right? The origination of the photos obviously came from Hassan because he's the one with the color, right? So if you just think about it
Real.
logically, it makes absolutely no sense. And the fact that Ludwig fell for this
He's 100% right. 100% right.
it's just, I don't know. But his IQ is rapidly dropping after being a Hassan orbiter. Ethan continues, alright, my short-lived respect for Ludwig is gone. XQC is not driving Colorgate, it's Hassan. Every time he lies about it, he prolongs it. And Ludwig, you act like you're better. Bro, you were the reason this story exploded again this week, and now you backtracking is once again prolonging the drama. You are driving it forward way more than XQC with your antics. Grow a fucking spine. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god, bro. The entire internet has co-opted this spineless jellyfish language. It's actually hilarious. W Ethan for this take. I don't know why he started going demon time on XQC, being like, he's the most chaotic, evil person fanning the flames of the drama. He's the biggest streamer perpetuating this drama. Like, come on, dude. Like, Ludwig definitely played a massive role in prolonging it. Hassan himself. It all just ties back to Hassan, honestly. Moving on to XQC. So Ludwig was calling XQC a chaotic, evil human, even though it's not
Why'd
his
that nigga
fault
get
for
so
this whole
loud?
drama. And Ludwig said that XQC didn't actually care about the dog being abused, and he's just trying to farm drama. So XQC responded on Twitter saying that that's not what he said. Now he's following up, cooking Ludwig.
I don't give a f if he abuses the dog. I don't give a f if he's a shot caller.
I said it. In the grand scheme of things.
Will you be playing
And I remember
Overwatch
saying
today?
I remember saying the next
Real. That's the other thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. They wouldn't make the shock collars if it was like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's not that crazy to have a shock collar. Now, obviously, if you're zapping the dog constantly for no reason, that's fucked up. But, like, having a zap collar isn't that insane. Like, it's not like the end-all be-all. Like, my mom had, the invisible fence shock collars, you know, like the invisible fence thing for the yard. And then eventually, the dogs didn't need the zap collar anymore. But, like, they got zapped a couple times. The fuck? I would even get zapped because to set it up, sometimes the wires would break. So we'd have to find the wires and set it up. So we'd like dig up the wires and then we'd have to test it. Test it to make sure that the wire worked, and I would put my finger on the zapper and get zapped and be like, yeah, it works. And don't get me wrong, it's not like it didn't hurt at all. It's not like it was like, oh yeah, this is so light, this is nothing. But it's like, it's not like it killed me, you know what I mean? It's not like my finger was fucking absolutely gonna die. Now obviously it probably hurt more if it was on my neck. But still, even getting shocked, it scared me more than it actually hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, it startled me more than it actually hurt me, because it was like I didn't know when I was gonna get shocked. You know what I mean? But like, it's not like it's like as light as a feather though. Like, it definitely stings a little bit. It's kind of like, it's like if someone flicked you really hard. You know what I mean? It's like if someone was like to you, like, it's not like being flicked, like being flicked really hard, like a really hard flick, like that stung a little bit, but it didn't like hurt me. You know what I mean? Like a really, like a, I keep missing, like, that stung, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not the most insane thing in the world. Don't get me wrong. His dog like moved an inch, so it was like, why did you zap her? But like, it also isn't the end all be all, and that's why I think that y'all niggas don't care about the dog, because y'all bring up the dog for like literally 30 seconds, and then y'all niggas just go on talk about all these other reasons on why he's bad. It's like, y'all niggas don't give a fuck about this dog. It's like, if y'all want to go on a hate campaign, that's fine, that's cool, I'm all for it. But like, stop trying to mask it with the dog. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even trying to say don't attack the nigga. Go fucking attack the nigga. Go get that nigga. Send you, fucking have your community go get that nigga. Cancel that nigga, whatever. Cancel that nigga. Do whatever the fuck you have to do to that nigga. But like, stop trying to pretend that you care about it for the dog. Like, stop trying to act like you're doing it for the dog's sake, because you're not.
Thing I'm gonna say, I said, if you put all the things that somebody can do to be wrong in the grand scheme of things, right? Like, this shock collar possible story, right, is not even in the top 50%.
Real.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's not the end of the world. I said, this is not something that ends your career. It's just not. I think everybody's gonna agree with me. Yes, it's bad. Yes, don't do that shit. Yes, it's fucking starts with the animal. Don't be a bitch ass. But
Real.
in the grand scheme of things, right, I don't care enough about this to go on a crusade and go, oh my god, animal rights, animal rights.
Real. This facts. I agree with XQC. Real.
Nobody, when I said that, nobody blinked an eye. If anything, I got nods and people said, yeah, okay, yeah, what you said, it makes sense.
He has an alter ego called the Debunker.
Yo,
I think he
I don't even control the Debunker.
What's the matter, more Pegasus? Why didn't you say anything here? Why didn't you say anything here? Why didn't you say anything here, more Pegasus?
Animal rights. Nobody, when I said that,
Why didn't you have any input to say here? Is it because maybe you don't give a fuck about the dog?
nobody blinked an eye. If anything, I got nods and people said, okay, yeah, what you said, it makes sense.
He has an alter ego called the Debunker.
I guarantee he's not gonna bring up, unless I might be wrong here, but I guarantee this nigga's not gonna bring up anything that XQC just said about animal rights. I guarantee he's not gonna bring anything up, and he's gonna talk about this here. Guarantee.
Yo, I think I don't even control the Debunker. I don't even get.
He's gonna talk about the Debunker, not even what the animal rights. He's not gonna talk about that. Guarantee.
Guys, if you go against the Debunker, you have to debunk. It's how you win. I'm telling you the kryptonite of the Debunker. You debunk the Debunker, or you stay hidden, little buddy. You stay hidden.
Bro, I can't actually believe this, but XQC is more likable than Ludwig now. I mean, the fact that Ludwig turned into the ultimate jellyfish is crazy, dude. He was just about to have a semblance.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And that is what I mean right there. You don't give a fuck about that dog. Didn't even mention it at all. Let's see if he mentions it.
Common sense. And just about to break free from Hassan's place command, but then he got shocked back into submission. It was like Palpatine Piker executed Order 66.
Why aren't you mentioning the other thing
Ludwig,
XQC
like
said?
the
Why aren't you mentioning the first thing?
His mind around like a chip installed in his brain. Like, isn't that exactly what happened here? He was on one
Wouldn't
side,
you? If you care so much about the dog, why haven't you said that you don't agree what he said? Like, oh, we should be standing up animal rights, because that's wrong. I thought you cared about the dog. That should be your stance here if you logically care about the dog, but you don't. You should have been like, why would you say that, XQC, or at least something along those lines, or like, no, we should be standing up because what he did to the dog was wrong. Like, you should be saying something along those lines if you care about the dog so much. But I think you just want to cancel Hassan. You know what I mean? Like, you don't care about that dog. And that's the thing that's getting me with y'all niggas. It's like, if you want to cancel Hassan, go ahead, cancel that nigga. I don't give a fuck. Cool. But stop trying to act like you care about this dog when you don't.
Execute Order 66, and then he turns around like, bro, this is the Star Wars universe. The debunker is a better alter ego than spineless jellyfish. It's like a meme. It's like not even a real thing, and he's getting so pressed about it. This is what I don't understand. He literally did not get the meme. The unemployed must really be getting the 9-to-5 experience keeping up with all this drama lately. Honestly, shout out to the people who are working a 9-to-5 and still finding time to watch the legendary series. Like, I've seen the comments on your break, before work, sometimes during work. I don't know what kind of work you're doing where you're watching my videos on the side, but I approve. Okay, probably boost your performance like 30% or something, but yeah, shout out to you guys. Right, so then XCC responds to Hassan saying that the situation is being blown out of proportion.
What kind of dog is forced to stay in one area and sleep for 5 hours? I was like, every dog.
Yeah.
Have you been around a dog?
Yeah, that's
they
okay.
love sleeping.
A lot of people that complain probably crate their dogs all day when they're at work.
Their dogs are like living inside of piss and shit as they go and work in a fucking.
Oh my god, yo, bro, this is like a SNL skit. It's gotta be, right? Brother man, yo, you guys have seen Aiko's dog on my stream. You know what happens to the dog? Yeah, it sleeps behind me all the time, right? It sleeps there. It'll sleep off camera, out the room. Brother, yes, the dog sleeps all day. It's forced to sleep in one spot though. Brother, it has a designated painted lines. In zone, it had, guys, it's trained to place. Yeah, but explain, why does it have to place though? What are you a blind person that has to go sit in class and it has to be there? What is the explanation for what it has to be in a place? Why?
I mean, exactly. There is
Real,
zero
I
reason
agree.
that Hassan has to actually electrocute the living shit out of his dog, right? This isn't a life or death situation. This isn't a situation.
See, it's like you're trying to make it seem like you care about this dog, but you didn't say anything about the animal rights that he was saying before. Why didn't you disagree with that if you care about this dog so much?
Where the dog is running onto oncoming traffic. It's not dealing with dangerous criminals where it needs to be perfectly trained. This is you forcing her to stay on stream as a prop in a fucking 1x1 square. It is disgusting. You're a piece of shit. You've been caught lying. And no amount of Hollywood streamers gaslighting us is going to convince us otherwise. Moving on to the Emiru situation. Basically, Emiru was SA'd at TwitchCon due to the lack of security measures. I can't show the clip because like 3 of my videos got restricted and demonetized because of it, even though I showed it completely censored and didn't even show it, to be honest. But
Alright, we already saw the more Pegasus.